But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do that. Morning, everybody.
Hi.
Morning to everyone that has electricity.
That's true.
I don't think this show is that important to people where they're sitting in their car just listening to us.
No.
Oh, I guess you really can because you can't waste your gas.
No, you can't waste the gas either. So, yeah. So, good morning to everybody.
We did a whole week
of the country.
We did a whole week of radio last week, and a bunch of people tweeting last night. I can't wait to hear you guys. It'll be the first time in a week. I'm like, oh my God, you know what you missed?
Missed amazing material.
I guess you had more important things to do.
Bastards.
I'm down to 17 miles on my car.
That's what everyone's doing.
I got the countdown. I can't sit. I drove by the gas line last night on for Hastina coming down 11th Avenue.
Sure.
It wraps up like 44th and then wraps around the 10th. But it didn't look that. It probably looked like it was about an hour and a half line, maybe.
There's not a lot of gas stations on the island of Manhattan, and that Hess station.
Yeah.
And that Hess station is one of them. There's only a handful on Manhattan, and they're way on the outskirts and not in easy places.
It's really boiled down to gasoline at this point. It's all about the fuel. It's like the Road Warrior.
Now you might understand why we do what we do in the Middle East. we can't fuck around with gas.
Exactly.
So we put up with a lot of horse shit.
Put up a lot of shit. Go in there and throw some bombs around when we need to.
Because I know a lot of people are like, whoa. You're like, well, you know, we need our gas.
Yeah.
So that's why we deal with their shit.
Unfortunately, they have it and we need it.
Because if they cut off the supply, guess what? This is what happens.
This is such a
we're living it right now.
And it's such a small example of the nightmare that it could be, but it's because people don't even like this, and it's pretty much what's an inconvenience.
We're going to make, it's been a week. We'll go about 10 days, and then I think everything will be more or less back to normal as far as the gas situation goes. I think we got 2 or 3 days. Well, the tankers have arrived, so now it's all about trickling down to the gas stations.
Wait, the tankers, do you mean the boats or the
big-ass tankers that bring the fuel in?
Okay. The ships and then the pipelines. I guess one of the pipelines finally opened.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the, I guess, tanker trucks have to make their way out to the various gas stations. I saw a couple last night. Literally a couple. I saw 2 on the highways last night.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see any.
I didn't see any. I finally started seeing like a couple of
people
them.
just applauding them?
They're following them. You know, look, just follow it. It's got to stop somewhere.
Right.
It's the gas situation is the big thing. Out on Long Island. I was talking with Opie before. We were saying how this whole situation, there are 3 groups of people. People that are completely unaffected by this.
I'll raise my hand.
Opie falls in that category.
Can I? Because I ran into Russ Maneve, a comic, yesterday. Sure. We were out just eating and wandering around. He goes, hey, man, how you doing with the storm, you and your family? Because he's not really sure where I live.
Right.
I go, tell you the truth, Russ, I wasn't affected at all, and I kind of have, like, survivor guilt. He goes, me too! Isn't it weird? He goes, my life hasn't changed a bit.
Not a bit.
And then we talk for another minute, and he goes, anyway, I'm off to the gym. See you later.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys, so I'm in category 1.
Category 1.
Me too.
And then there's this middle range of various degrees of inconvenience to damage,
Which
things
is
like
what?
that.
Like trees on houses.
Trees on your house. Your
power
power's
gone, but you're not going to lose your house.
Right. Power's out.
Gas is very, very low, so you're waiting in gas lines.
Right.
And that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am.
And a horrendous commute.
Yeah.
Would you have power ant or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then there is complete and utter devastation.
That's the group 3
the
that we're all
people
feeling
in
really
Long
bad about.
Beach, the Rockaways, Breezy Point,
the Jersey Shore.
all those people are completely devastated. Like they're looking at the rest of the world going, don't you realize I'm on the moon here?
Right.
Can somebody do something?
Right.
I'm marooned.
Rockaway, they said, is a band. Like, nobody's helping them.
It's,
Well, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't know where to begin. This was a motherfucker. We're all learning as the days go by.
Yeah.
And the blame game is starting, and people are getting very pissed, and they're blaming the power companies, they're blaming the government, they're blaming FEMA. Even the mayor is getting shit because obviously Manhattan is getting its lights on very quickly.
I don't know
relatively speaking.
I don't know if it's quick,
but there's certain areas that don't have anything,
right?
And they're pretty pissed off. Whether it's just emotional pissed off or they actually have a reason. I mean, you got to realize logistically this is a fucking nightmare. I had a couple of LIPA guys come to my house Saturday night. It was like 3 a.m. But I've been up.
Well, they knew you would be awake.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're making it sound like that's outrageous. They know that's when they should come a knocking.
I sleep all day,
to say
and I've
hi
been
to
up
Mr.
all night.
Cumia.
Yeah.
Was it really them? Like those guys they've been fake LIPA guys knocking on doors too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
I hope it was the fake LIPA guys.
Oh, please! You'd have been reading about that in the paper.
Yeah, radio host raped with own pistol.
Yeah, is that finger getting a little itchier? You know you could get some things done during this storm fucking...
Opie, I'm a responsible gun owner.
But the fingers get a little itchy, right?
I wouldn't call it itchy. I would call it that I'm on a heightened state of alertness.
I love some of these people they've been interviewing on TV. I'll call them girls. Not even like tough broads, just girls.
Yeah.
That if there wasn't a storm, they would just be kind of getting their nails done and shit. And they're like on TV, like, we're protecting our homes from looters. We will shoot any motherfucker that comes and tries to take our shit.
Tough bitches.
A lot of people have become tough bitches.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
LIPA comes by at 3
LIPA
a.m.
guys came by at like 3 in the morning. I see their little, I hear it on your door, and at 3 in the morning, you know, you're like, what the fuck? And I see a little flashlight. I just go to the door and stuff, and they got their whole LIPA gear on and everything, and they were smiling. So they were white. So I assumed. Yeah, so they knew who I was. And through one of the dispatchers that I know, they came over to explain the situation to me, because explain to me.
Oh, that's nice.
What the fuck the problem is.
Who are you that you get an explanation?
Well, I'm Anthony, and I entertain you people.
They had to come by to give you an explanation.
Yeah.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, they came by. And,
one of the perks of the jobs, people.
Yeah.
What'd they say?
That I'm truly fucked.
Really?
Yeah, they said a lot of the mains that are coming into my neighborhood, trees just repeatedly were falling down on these main lines. And here's part of the problem that they said. They actually, a couple of the guys blamed it on the Jews. The Jews in my neighborhood, they come by to do maintenance,
right,
and cut these trees down. In my neighborhood, the parkway is kind of close, and they don't want the trees cut down because they don't want to see or hear the parkway.
Right.
So it's kind of a barrier. And then when the storms come, they fall, and that's where all the electrical lines are, too.
Sure.
So they just topple on top of these.
And that's the part of the parkway where they don't have lights either.
Yeah.
Why is that? The town was able to
no idea
get that done, or the locals were able to get that done, where there's no lights in that stretch of the parkway.
Yeah.
Because people don't want
the bright lights
seeing the glow of the parkway from their homes.
So they came into my yard, and I showed them. They weren't even aware of my more localized problem,
right?
Which is a snapped telephone pole in my between me and my backyard neighbor's property.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Just snapped?
Snapped with a big giant transformer on the snapped part on the ground with all the wires ripped out and a giant tree on top of all the wires. So for them to coordinate tree removal and wires and everything, it's very difficult. And what their goal is to get as many people online as possible. So to get a whole crew to put a pole in and get another fucking transformer up there for me isn't.
So how long?
Saturday they told me 4 days.
Another 4.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just in time for a nor'easter that's going to punch us in the balls.
Yeah. And
we're going to get punched in the balls this week.
And my generator died on me Saturday, so I had to get another generator.
What do you mean? You burnt it out?
It just fucking went bravo.
I hope that happened. I hope that happened when you were doing something really important. I really hope. I really hope.
Well, the good thing is,
how did it sound when it stopped?
Oh, that's the worst feeling ever.
Oh, and I heard it. I heard it.
And did you try to start it up again?
Yes, of course.
And how does it sound when you start it up? Oh, is that the worst?
Not even a fucking inkling that it was going to start.
Not even a sound of hope?
Not even.
Remember the sound of hope? You're like,
you're like, oh, okay. Something's going on.
This might happen.
Just out.
Your generator got tired.
It got sleepy.
It laid down to rest.
It got sleepy. So at that point, I had a full tank of gas because if you recall, Friday, mine and Danny's drive back home, we went for it. We just went for went for the drive. I had my low fuel light was on when we left the parking garage here.
So
and they say that's good for 30 miles.
Okay, I was going to say maybe 20 even because you got the big Escalade.
Yeah. So I was driving very nicely like I never do, not getting the RPMs up. And we realized, we got out of the city real fast.
Right.
Like, we can make this. So I made it I made it home.
Without gas?
Without getting gas.
Wow.
But the low range light came on at one point. There's low fuel and then low range, which means you just don't have any gas left.
What does that mean? Like less than 10 miles?
Yeah, you're done. You're just like 5 miles.
Wait, you don't have it where it tells you how many miles left?
Yeah, I have that, but it was so low that
And
it
even
doesn't
that's
even
not
tell you that
accurate.
anymore.
Oh, wow.
It just says low range and you're done.
Basically, it should just say you're fucked.
You're fucked. So I popped some gas from the generator tank into my truck. It gave me under a quarter tank.
Right.
And went out venturing for gasoline at 3:30 in the morning, which I then found and waited on a little line.
How long was the line?
It off. It wasn't bad at that point. The station had just opened. I just got lucky. It was 106, 107 by Jericho Turnpike.
Right.
I swung a quick U-turn. I was like, it was about 25 cars.
Damn.
But then by the time I got to the pump, it was way back, like even 3:30 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. So I fueled up that. My gas cans went back to the house. And, again, the generator died. So I had to get I had a voltage inverter that I plugged into my Escalade and left my Escalade idling in my driveway for a day and a half. And it didn't use that much gas.
How much did you lose in a day and a half?
Half a tank.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Not too shabby. But I was able to run 2 lights off of it and my computer, which I went on Hulu and Netflix and stuff, so I was able to watch some stuff.
But you got a second place. Stay in the city. What are you doing?
I like being in my castle.
Oh, yeah, good point.
You don't want to get robbed.
No,
point.
exactly. So I was able to actually power up the alarms and everything, and various locks.
You know how you were saying it's the tale of two cities?
Yeah.
On Friday, as you were doing all that, worrying about your gas, I go to my wife, hey, I'm going to drive around and check out the city.
Just waste the gas.
Because for the people that don't know, Manhattan was cut in half for a while where it was lights and no lights. This has never been seen before.
Did you see it dark? I regretted not going down.
I saw it dark on Friday, and I was bummed that I didn't have my stormtrooping buddy, Jim Norton.
I would love to have gone stormtrooping there.
Yeah,
stormtrooping.
It was very successful the first time we did. I'm like, man, why is Jimmy in Minnesota when we could be, driving around the city checking shit out again? So my wife goes, do we have gas? I go, we got plenty. It's the other side of this, though. Because I'm in a group text with my family. Are you into the group text shit with your family yet?
Occasionally, I'll get
a
Dawn and Joe, but it's not that bad.
And then you feel like you have to write something, and they're all like, oh, God, there's a hole in my roof, and we're freezing, and we're this, and we're that. And I'm, like, feeling guilty. I'm like, well, I waited 20 extra minutes on the Starbucks line today, trying to, like, throw them something that...
Yeah.
Makes sense. Anyway, I drove around Manhattan, just fucking wasting gas, checking shit out. I went all the way to Battery Park, then to the East Side. I'm fucking doing all sorts of loops.
Why not?
How was it? It was frightening, right? Or creepy?
It was amazing. I started when the sun was sort of starting to go down. Made it to Battery Park, and there's just hoses everywhere with water, pouring out of them because they're, they're getting the water out of the tunnels and stuff.
Oh.
But they have that shit figured out. I was telling Aunt, you go down a road, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of hoses with water just spilling out onto the street. So I'm like, okay, they know that drains somewhere.
They know where that's going.
I would assume
it all goes to the river eventually.
Or it would be a waste of time if it's just going back into the into the subway.
Subway.
And then it would be normal. Then you'd hit another road where there's a shitload of hoses and Con Ed people. Is it Con Ed in the city? Yeah. Con Ed people all over the place. And then I actually went through the West Village as it was getting dark. And, man, I'm like, why the fuck aren't people looting? Why aren't they looting? What has changed in society? Because these stores, they're on roads where there's nobody around. I'm like, it would be so easy. But no one was doing it. And then you would see some of the stores downtown had big, huge, and it's what I saw, big, huge black security guys just standing in front of some of these stores.
Yeah.
Looking really intimidating, just standing there, just in case. They obviously were hired by the people that could afford something like that. And then as I was driving, they turned on some of the lights on the Lower East Side.
Oh, you saw them flip on?
I pretty much. I was driving down one road, and it was all. That was the craziest thing about driving around Manhattan. There were no lights, so I'm just going. But people are just going the other way.
Oh man!
And they don't have they didn't have cops on every
game
corner.
Of chance right there.
Pretty much a game of chance, but man, you could get downtown in minutes, which was kind of fun.
Oh yeah!
And then I was on Canal. I think it was Canal. I was on Canal, and it was like no lights for about 10 lights in a row, and then up ahead, boom, lights. They just turned it on, that part of the city. But it was awesome to check out. But I'm just wasting gas.
Other people are just fucking dying for gasoline.
Right. And then I got home, and I still got 3/4 of a tank. So I might go out for another spin today because I got the resources.
Hey, I was thinking, you know what's a good way for people to make money, too? Because I don't want to wait in the gas line.
Yeah.
Is I would pay somebody to wait in line.
That was what I was thinking.
Of course.
Get
gas for me.
I was gonna. Here was my plan before I had an alternate plan. To take all my little gas jugs, go out, find like a guy that's in the demo with a pickup truck or something,
right, and
pull up next to him that's close to the front of the line and say, dude, I'll give you, money. Just take my gas cans and fill them up, and
Wow, that would be a hell of a service for people.
Why would he give them back to you? He'll probably keep them.
Well, that's what I started thinking. Like, if that happens, but I would have gotten his plate before.
Somehow
so if he zooms off, I'll send somebody to kill him.
But in this disaster, when people are like, it's anarchy in Queens, are you going to call and go, some man took my gas?
I know, that's just it. Well, I didn't do that. I did wait in a line with real people at a real gas station.
Well, look at you.
With the gas jugs. I had 3 5-gallon gas jugs, and I was on a line.
Right.
It was about an hour-long wait.
Standing,
and it was a bunch of guys, regular working Joes. So we were yapping and making fun of the people that were pulling up to the gas pumps, and I'll talk about it a little later.
But you told me a different story before the show today.
Oh well, that was last night, because every day is a new adventure on how to get gas.
So
it's like the Road Warrior.
That story you just told actually happened?
Yes.
Okay, because you didn't tell me a different story.
No. The one.
Hold on, really fast.
I'll tell you that one. Yeah.
Because people are getting pissed. Because look, we're doing the best we can. This guy's like, hey, I'm a Homeland Security federal police officer. I'm helping out on the Rockaways. There are people down there. All right.
Hello. Who said?
Oh, you want to actually talk to him?
I thought that was him. I thought he was on. Okay.
G.
Sir.
Hey, buddy.
I think our point is that everyone is spread pretty thin. I would assume there's people in all the affected areas by now.
No, there definitely is. There's 3 FEMA disaster recovery centers set up in the Rockaways, and they're actually they're going pretty well. No one's really looting, no one's rioting. It seems to be plenty of supplies. It's just people don't understand that it takes a little bit for it's a logistical nightmare. It takes a while for everybody to get in place. There's one set up at Cyclone Park in Brooklyn. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, of course, it takes some time.
Yeah, and they've officially set up their main headquarters in Queens, so everything's rolling.
What is the best way to give money that you know it's going to get to the people? I worry about charities. I don't trust them, so I haven't given anything because I always think these charities fucking.
You had to watch the super concert that was on TV Friday. Quick text, $10.
Yeah, the problem is that people show up to these FEMA sites thinking that there's stacks of cash waiting for them, and there's not.
Right.
But it's a long process, and if you get the chance to go down to the Rockaways, the news doesn't do it justice. I mean, it is just absolutely disgusting. That storm did.
How do we get there today? I'll go there today and sweep up a little. I'll do a little sweeping.
Take the Belt Parkway to 11 South.
I don't know if I have enough gas.
You were driving
I wasted a quarter.
You don't want to get too far from downtown.
I got 3/4 left. Can I get to the Rockaways and back? Do some sweeping?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll go sweep.
No, but I want to give money. I just don't know where. 'Cause the Red Cross, are they like? I mean, I know they're legit, but does the money go where you want it to go? Because with charities, there's all this nonsense that happens.
There's always.
I don't. The Red Cross. I don't really.
Get some money where you're just done with these people, right?
I don't see where that money really goes.
Right.
Yeah, I want to give it, but
that's always the question. Whenever this shit hits, like,
freaks me out.
Then you find out, well, you donated to whatever. I'm not even going to name anybody, and then you learn like months later that it just kind of sat there because there's all sorts of red tape before the money starts moving to the people that need it. So I don't know. I don't know how that shit works.
What's kind of impressive about the sanitation department and everybody is that they are immediately cleaning up the Rockaways. I was there starting Monday night when a large section of buildings were on fire because of a gas line, and just the cleanup that they've done in just a week is remarkable. It really is.
Right on, brother. All right.
Thank
you.
guys. You take it easy
all right.
and enjoy your
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
I know. I do feel bad. We have power. My brother's restaurant, F.A. Triley's, which I talk about a lot on the show, he had to throw away everything.
Of course, yeah.
He's figuring he lost 20 to 30 G's.
Jeez.
And then Ant goes, is that covered by insurance? I don't even know. I don't even know how that works.
I wonder.
They have to have some kind of storm insurance at a restaurant.
He had to throw everything, everything away.
Even the chairs? I don't want these.
Empties the place, the ovens.
He didn't explain the storm damage itself. I'm not really sure, what happened in the village of Huntington. But
yeah,
he had to throw all his food away and start over.
If you're eating off of any of those fucking street carts in the city, you're crazy.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
I had a burger yesterday from a place in our neighborhood, and obviously these restaurants weren't getting their regular deliveries.
Uh-huh.
I had about 4 bites of this burger. I went, this meat's bad.
Yeah.
And sure enough, 3-4 hours later,
Dude.
I don't even have to tell you what was happening.
Where were you?
I got a quick fucking bout of food poisoning.
You want gyro? I sell you the gyro. The lamb is just fucking rotting.
Well, this was a restauant in the neighborhood because I think people are making judgment calls. Like I just told you, my brother said, "Fuck." I didn't want to throw $20,000 worth of shit away, but he did.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sure some of these restaurants are like kind of doing this, like,
right.
I think we might be able to push this forward a little bit.
That's good.
Doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
And I got hit with something yesterday, man.
Well, you've been.
And then I told my wife, I'm like, why are we ordering out? We got to wait a little while because people aren't really getting their deliveries yet. Their regular deliveries.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb. This is what I did last. I ordered Chinese food last night.
Oh boy.
From a place up the street from us, but I got the chicken and broccoli. I got no rice. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but the chicken, like, why would I order chicken? That was stupid.
It's not really stupid because with the flooding, all the rats came above ground. So
yeah, they could.
The Chinese people, abso-fucking-lutely,
dogs, cats, rats,
are in heaven right now.
Whatever you need.
Look, man, I'll say it again. I've told this story 20 times, and I want to tell it another 20 times. When I was living in Northport, there was a Chinese restaurant. It's long gone now. I sat there and ate some kind of chicken dish, and I have no doubt in my mind I wasn't eating chicken. There's no fucking doubt in my mind. It was so gamey. I ate half of it before I realized this is not chicken and threw it away.
And then you got to wonder what the fuck it was.
I don't know what it was, but I know that it wasn't chicken. I just know. Because when you talk about this with Chinese restaurants and stuff, they come out of the woodwork. But I'm telling you, I had an experience where I knew I was eating something I never ate before. There's no doubt in my fucking mind. And that place closed down because I think they were probably getting a little desperate and cutting some corners, and people stopped going there. I don't know, but
the gas situation is one of the biggest problems. Aside from people that completely lost their houses, the next biggest problem is this fucking petroleum situation. It's every day has been. Where can I get gas? It's like drugs. It's like fucking it's like when you do coke, all you want is more coke. And all you're thinking about is where can I get more cocaine? Well, with the gas, you get some gas, you feel good because you got a lot of gas.
Right.
And then you'll be using it, and then you start looking and go, oh shit, it's getting low. Oh fuck, where am I gonna get my next fucking fix of gas? And then you gotta go out and try to find it. And you either score or you don't. And like I said, I went out 3 a.m, and then the next day I stood in a line, and then the next day, is something else. But it's constantly trying to find gasoline.
You gotta just find the drug dealer himself,
right?
Because it's all like, I know a guy. No, this guy. If we go over here, he's gonna, show us the way to the gas station.
Well, last night I got that was the shit right there.
What'd you do? You found the drug dealer.
I found the fucking source.
You found the gas source.
I was on Twitter, and I got a little.
People hate when we tell
a little
shit.
Tweet. It happens.
I'm going to tell you.
Sorry,
right? But I don't know.
Everyone's got to do what they got to do. This is I just want to.
I'm actually protecting you.
Oh, I know. But
because what you're about to say is going to piss off people.
Fuck them.
But it is our lives.
Fuck them.
It is our lives. Every once in a while, someone fucking contacts us and takes care of us.
Here's the fucking deal. I've seen so many people on the news, and you can understand they're fucked up. Everything's gone. They're fucked. And then there's this other group of people that I see as not being able to fucking take care of themselves. They're not clever, cunning, using whatever resources you can, whether it's people you know or places that you have access to, just things. They expect this government to swoop in and take care of them the second a disaster happens. You know what? You're on your fucking own for at least a while. And instead of getting in front of a camera and bitching about it, do anything to help your fucking situation
Anything?
out. Yes.
Siphoning?
You know what? I'm not going to tell anyone what to do or not do in that situation. There's a giant risk with that. You get your fucking ass beat. You get arrested. But if that's the route you want to take take care of yourself, you might have to do that.
It gets to that point.
Now, I did a few things. I went out late at night, figured that was the good thing to do. With very little gas, I was like past the point of no return.
You're wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, and then
is it kind of scary to leave your driveway knowing that
you might not have enough gas to get back when you're finally going?
How is that? How is that feeling?
It's the point of no return,
because
my friend.
I bring it up because I don't think any of us around our age, 40s, know that feeling where you actually could run out of gas. And a lot of people are going through that right now. They pull out of that driveway and they just wave goodbye to their family like, wish me luck.
I've seen a bunch of cars on the side of the road. They're out of gas fucking cars. They just ran out.
Wow.
So I did that. And then I waited on a line like everybody else. I did that because that was that day. That was the only way for me to get gas. But I realized that, and that's what I did. And then last night on Twitter, I get a tweet from a gentleman. Gotta love the New York State Police. Thank you. Working security details at gas stations. Keep the riffraff from beating each other up on these long lines.
Well, they need a place to gas up,
they need a place so they
could do their jobs.
They have a certain pump that's allocated for
God, I had no idea this was going on. That's cool.
And I was able to wheel in and fill my vehicle. It was a 30-mile drive from my house. So it wasn't like it was right around the corner.
People have been driving to Connecticut from where?
I understand. Right. No, but driving to Connecticut from the city is just about 30 miles too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a fast drive.
Because I've heard those people. I drove all the way to Connecticut. I drove all the way down to Philly. I drove,
I drove to southern Jersey.
All that shit.
Yeah. No, I drove out about 30 miles or so. And gassed up everything. My gas cans, my fucking truck, I topped it off where it was dribbling out of the fucking nozzle. And then drove back home, and I had all my my shit. But
were you singing a happy tune on the way home?
I felt good because I had my shit. I was very happy. But here's the deal.
Right.
Now, tomorrow, the next day, because I'm going to be without power for a couple of days, that shit runs out. And now I got to figure out how to get more gas.
Can't you go back?
Probably not. It was a one-time deal. He was there at that station. They don't put him at the same place.
So that worked for last night. So now you got to figure out for the next time how it's going to work out.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And this is how it's been the entire fucking week.
Now we're a week into the storm. They're saying that gas would be back to normal more or less in another, I think, 3 days, they said.
Yeah.
How close were we to complete anarchy for real?
It was.
How close? It's going to be about 10 days.
Yeah.
We made it to 10 days, but
they kept
what happens if it goes another week without gas?
I know.
How crazy. What ends up happening then? This is like real life Sim City.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
Much more angry people.
But what breaks down at that point? If it was another week where you really couldn't get gas?
Theft, siphoning, fucking carjackings. Things like that.
Maybe not carjacking, but more sneaky shit probably.
Sneaky shit at first.
Like siphoning would probably be a big deal. Then it just gets crazy.
Here's another thing I realized while waiting on the line. There's the pull up with your car line,
right?
And then there was this come in with your gas jug line,
right?
So I went in with come in with your gas jug line on Saturday. That's the only option I had, and there were a bunch of working guys online. It was kind of took about an hour, which isn't bad. It was kind of cool talking with those guys. It was, the old job site kind of guys.
Very cool.
But we saw how fucking stupid people are and why these gas lines move so slowly. Every fifth car or so, someone pulls a bonehead fucking move, and you just want to fucking yell at them.
What's the move?
There were a shitload of things going on. There's people that don't know how to pull around another car if the pump opens in front of a car.
Right.
You got 4 pumps, right?
Right.
And they don't know how to just go around.
So there's an empty pump.
Right.
So that's holding up the line.
There's other people that don't know that the gas nozzle will reach the other side of your fucking vehicle.
Right.
So you don't all have to wait on one side of the pumps.
Why can't we get a guy at the gas station taking care of all that?
Well, if they spoke English, that would be wonderful. But and they're just idiots. They don't even know. The people that were standing on the gas jug line were directing traffic and telling people, "No, come up this way." And then the epitome of I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. A guy pulls up in a Mercedes, and he's at the first pump. And there's a guy behind him at the other pump, and next to him at the other two on the other side. His car fucking conks out right there at the pump. There's 4 pumps. It's 25% of your fucking output is now blocked by this guy. The gas station guy comes out with this battery pack and jumper cables, lifting the hood. They're futzing. They're fucking trying to start. It's not starting. Everyone's just saying, push the fucking thing out of the way.
Of course.
They wouldn't push this fucking thing out of the way.
Why?
Because they're idiots. There was no reason for it. And then we were actually saying, well, if you're not going to push them out of the way, can we go over there with the jugs and fill up because no cars are going by there? No, that jug line. Yeah, but you're wasting a whole pump there. Jug line. That jug line.
They all become soup Nazis.
You fucking idiots.
Did you hate them?
I wanted to douse him in whatever gas I had and throw a match.
They all become the soup Nazi.
They are idiots. I can't stand them. So yeah, and then this woman blocks the gas line. She's at the end again,
right?
And this car's behind him with a couple of girls in it, and they're like, "Could you move?" And she goes, "I'm waiting for my change." You don't wait for your change on the fucking line. You move forward.
But that's the me,
dude, right?
mentality that everyone has.
And she couldn't
to
fathom
a certain extent.
why the car behind her
Why?
that
Because
wanted
she's
to wait for
good.
gas
She's
was
good.
pissed.
She's gassed up and she's good. She's going to wait for her change.
She had to wait for fucking change.
Well, we've all been waiting 4 years, right?
Yeah. Wait a little longer.
Has anybody pulled the move that people put? Like, I think it's murderable when you're online to merge off an exit, and that scumbag that pulls up to the very end and jumps in front of everybody. And I also hate the person that lets them in. I'm like, don't let him in.
Yeah.
If I catch Kenny doing that, I yell at him.
You know what?
I'm a don't let them in guy.
Never.
There's so many let them in people.
Here's what
like when
I
you're
do.
merging and all that. Like, no, you don't let someone that just pulled up at the last second in.
There's a way to do this. You don't understand. Here's what you do. I do it all the time. Because people are stupid and unattentive, and I take advantage of it. I'll fly. I won't stop and wait to get in, because that pisses people off. I will fly. And the second traffic starts moving, you got to look way ahead.
Yeah.
And when you see someone fucking slipping, you slide right in.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah. I'm guilty of cutting in, but I'm not going to let anyone else cut in.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
And I'm not gonna do the slow creep in.
Has there been anybody doing that at the gas lines, though, trying to cut up?
No, they will kill people for that. And it moves so slow. There's no one gonna
let you in.
get in
all
front
the
of you.
news coverage. It's very obvious that it's going to get ugly.
Oh,
on
so
those
then
gas lines.
there was a little drama at the
You can't
jug
fuck
line.
around. Right.
I was about 10 people back with my little jugs and waiting for the gas pump to open up. And then the guy came over and finally did allow some of the jug people to use that gas pump, but for only credit card people. So he goes, anyone with credit card want to get gas? And I'm like, yep. I pick up my jugs and I start walking. And I walk over to the pump. And now I'm getting ready to pump my gas. And this guy comes walking over with his ugly, dumb fuck wife. And it's like, I was ahead of you on that line when he asked for the credit card thing. I go, yeah, I don't care. He said, who wants fucking gas for credit card? I have my credit card. I moved. I go, where were you? I go, that's why everyone's waiting. I heard and I went. I go, I heard and I went.
There you
like
go.
Ralph Cramden. He was looking at me horrified.
Oh,
He was so pissed at me. But it's like, he literally showed up a minute after I started pumping my gas and said, "What? I was first." No, you weren't.
It's quite the scene out there.
It's pandemonium.
I have a brother who doesn't have electricity in northern Jersey with 3 small kids, 8 and down. hole in the roof. Huge tree hit his house. He's without power.
He got a tree on his house?
He's got a tree on his house.
Damn.
A lot of people got that tree on their house. Damn. I got a tree on my house.
I got a tree on my house.
What a fucking premonition.
Oops.
What a fucking...
Oops.
Yeah. Oh, it was all fun and games.
I wonder how
we
many
were playing it, wasn't it?
I wonder how many people laughed at that clip over and over
Right?
again, having an actual tree on their house now. I don't even want to imagine.
It used to be real funny for everyone, wasn't it?
But it's like that, how you were talking about gas. You figure out how much gas you got and what you could do that day.
Right.
My brother is in a cold house. And I'm like, I never lost power, and I got plenty of room. Come on by. We've been trying to figure this out since last Thursday.
Yeah.
And he can't fill up. Because then he's like, well, if I get gas, then I'll be there for the weekend.
Yeah.
Turns out he can't really fill up.
Yeah,
he has to stay in his cold house instead of coming and staying with me. But then I'm like, look, I got 3/4 of a tank. I wasted a quarter on Friday. But I said, if you could get to the city, then take my car back.
Right.
I don't care. But it's that negotiating that you were talking about. Like, all right, what can I do with this? So he had to choose. I have to stay in a cold house because I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill up.
Dude, it's the constant thing that's on your mind now in this situation is fuel.
Right.
That's all I've had in the back of my mind, like this pressing issue.
Are you dreaming of fuel?
How much do I have? Where do I get the next batch?
Right.
I have this much, but I need to do this. All right, how many days are left? When will this up? It's crazy.
In the middle of raping bitches in your dreams, are you dreaming of gas?
During dream rape. All of a sudden, I'm at a gas station, and it fucks the whole thing up. I'm waiting online.
In between the rapes?
Yeah. I see girls. I could be dream raping, and I have to wait on a gas line.
Are you dream raping the girls that are online to get gas in your dreams?
No, I can't dream rape because I'm waiting on a gas line. It's terrible.
You can't multitask in your dreams?
No.
You can't wait for gas and dream rape?
Well, the money shot is when I finally put the nozzle in my Escalade, it turns into a chick's asshole. and I just...
Wouldn't it be great if you went back over Scott Shannon's audio for the last 15 years, and the week of every tragedy, he had a weird permanent,
my God.
like a 9/7 of '01, he went like, I got a plane in my building. And in Pan Am, Lockerbie, I got a body in my yard. Like, if you look back, you're like, oh my God, this guy is called
everything.
Everyone.
That stupid rockhead is a seer.
He's a seer.
He's a seer.
Yeah. I got a shooter in my.
That's funny.
In my. Well, fuck. I got a gun in my knoll.
I got a shuttle in my ocean. He just knows everything.
He's been doing it for 50 years and never put the pieces together.
Bastard.
Stupid ass.
Some guy, he went away, couldn't wait any longer. He said that someone took 100 gallons from his truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some thievery going on. And
I want to know
price
how.
gouging.
Is the price gouging
Well,
happening?
not at the gas stations, but there are people selling gas for $25 a gallon on Craigslist and stuff.
Wow.
I got my generator off of Craigslist, and it was a pretty good deal.
Your new one?
Yeah.
Oh, because all the stores are out.
All the stores are out. This guy
I'm like,
showed
why
up.
would you deal with Craigslist?
It was pretty cool. Brand new, right? It's still in the box. This guy, he finally came to the house, and I think he turned out to be a fan because he was very friendly, and his friend came out of the truck with smiles and stuff. He was all smiley. You know that smiley face you get?
Worse
Hey!
worse than the
boy.
over-the-top smiley
I know, smiley face guy.
That must be nice. Although at the cellar last night, I got starer.
Oh, no.
I'm eating, and he walks over, and he puts his hand, and he goes, "Hi, I'm a big fan." And I'm like, "Thanks, end of talk radio."
Yeah, you dead fucker.
And then you get sweaty palm guy.
That's just the multitude.
Staring guy is pretty good, too.
He was
Smiley guy.
So smiley guy is...
Smiley guy dropped off the generator. It was him and his
Very
smiley
good.
friend. But he was saying he drove up to Maine with a truck and bought a fuckload of generators
Smart.
to bring down.
Smart.
And he wasn't making he wasn't fucking doubling the price of these things or
Yeah, but
anything.
getting some
he was
pocket
making a
money,
few
man.
bucks. You know, he was performing a service because there weren't any fucking generators. So I had no qualms with what this guy was doing. He said though he said he went to Lowe's and there was a pile of fucking new generators that were on the side of the building. And he asked the guy, he goes, "What the fuck is that? Like, why aren't you don't have any generators?" But that he goes, "Yeah, those are people that brought them back because they didn't put oil in them. There are a fuckload of people that just buy generators, pour gasoline in, start them, and blow the fucking motors because they don't put oil in
most
it.
people don't know how to work a
No,
generator.
they know nothing.
They never had to work a generator.
So they don't put 1 quart of oil in, and it just fucking blows them up, and they were just a bunch of dead generators. So, that was cool. I got that off of Craigslist.
How much should it have cost? What percent did he jack up the price? Which is probably not that bad.
It was probably maybe a $600 generator, and he sold it to me and delivered it for $850.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's,
I guess that's nothing.
People always try to find a way to make money through something like this, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Who can
the price?
Fine, man.
Price gouging is another thing, but
there's
people that get smart and go, wait, all these people need generators. I'll take a fucking trip to Maine and come back with a whole fucking truckload. Let me go to Chris in Jersey really fast. Chris, go ahead.
You know the amazing psychological phenomenon going on here is when my power was out, I was fucking calling PSE&G and bitching and moaning. And, Opie, I heard the story of your brother, and I could give less than a fuck. I got my power back on last night.
But that's how people are.
That's it.
I got my power.
You've joined the haves. Welcome to the haves.
I got mine.
I got mine.
Yeah, that's it.
You're right, though, man. You're right.
I got mines.
I got mines. Well, wow, there you already got the traffic is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
already,
crazy already coming in.
God, this just continues a week later.
It really is fucking crazy. The heat's another thing. Okay, it was fucking cold last night. It's getting a little chilly out there, and I don't have heat. I have oil-fired heat, and
How cold was it? Were you like chilly?
I was a little chilly.
Oh, I had the AC on last night because my building, everyone turns their heat on.
Sure, it gets a little warm.
And it gets a little warm. Everyone's heat rises, so I actually don't have to turn my heat on ever.
Yeah.
And it was so hot last night. We actually went to bed with the AC on.
Oh, that's
and the window open a little bit.
Great.
Just to try to cool down the apartment.
I went through 6 boxes of 6 apiece Duraflame logs.
Yeah.
In my fireplace.
I bet you didn't get any Java log jokes on your Twitter.
Oh boy, yeah. No one sent that. Why didn't you ask Opie for a Java log?
Because he did that one time. He did that one time.
Do you remember? I do, and I'm the only one that does, right? 500 fucking Java log tweets later.
By the way, I love everyone. I'm just fucking making
Of course.
Jokes. Love y'all. Love y'all.
So the Duraflame, and then I get people going, "What's the matter? Not enough wood fell outside to fucking put in your fireplace, faggot? Why don't you get..."
Oh, I saw that tweet.
And I'm like, hey.
Do people understand green wood?
First of all, green wood. Secondly, I'm not fucking honest Abe Lincoln with my fucking axe out there splitting logs.
You're not even honest Anthony Comey.
No. I have nothing in common with Abe Lincoln. Believe me.
So you will
Hopefully soon you will, though. Next time you go to the movies.
So I guess you won't be seeing that new movie, huh? It looks terrific.
Well, maybe.
I used to love chopping wood back in the day.
Yeah, it's cool and shit, but
until you get a log to your fucking forehead, because you put it and try to split it in half with one
workout
chop down the middle, and that thing starts flying toward your head.
The thing is, you get a fucking wood splitter for one day. You could just crank out cords of wood. So I could sit there, Paw Ingalls style, swinging an axe.
Why?
But,
I kind of like it.
I don't know. If you're
long as I don't
looking
have to
for
do it
a
every
quantity
day.
of wood, if you're just looking to, fucking get a little workout, then sure. But it's all green wood. It's not going to burn, you dummies.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, there's going to be a fuckload of wood. Boy, next year you'll be able to get a cheap cord of wood, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But this was all Duraflame, and it heats up probably a 5-foot radius from my fireplace.
I know.
That's it.
You got to get a wood-burning stove.
So, let me put that in my house.
Why not?
Yeah, why?
Wood-burning stoves are awesome.
Well, I'm certainly getting this big generator.
It dries the fuck out of your skin. You feel very, dehydrated.
Nostrils.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been sleeping on the couch. I haven't slept in my bed since this happened.
Why?
Because all the electric's downstairs, the TV's downstairs, and the fireplace is downstairs.
I like a nice cold room. You should be up in that dark, cold room.
No. Like a mausoleum.
He's got to be watching that front door.
I got that TV on. I got my fucking front and back door there.
Yep.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
You're in a good spot.
I got the fucking beers outside my slider. My my whole fucking schedule was so screwy. I've had Travis and his wife and little Riley staying at the house, and my hours. I don't know what they think, because I sleep all day long. Probably 7:30 p.m. I'll wake up, and then I'll just be up until the morning.
How do you do that? Because I'm up. I see. It's amazing. I'll wake up at 6 in the morning on weekends. No exaggeration. 6 is pretty much my limit. And I see you still tweeting.
Yeah,
I almost want to write you and go, tag. I'll take it from here.
Take it from here. I'm going to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would love to stay up all night on the weekends, but my schedule is such that I kind of keep the same schedule that we have during the week.
Yeah, I can't
But you're
do
able
that.
to flip the whole fucking thing. I
in
don't know how
in
you
a
do
day,
that.
in a day. It's crazy.
Because I'm like, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open at 9:30, 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Of course I want to stay up later.
It's all about the napping, when you fucking take
I don't know
your
how you
nap
do it.
and shit like that.
That you can flip like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing, and it's so funny because these guys, Travis and his wife and everything,
right?
They're just seeing me sleep on the couch constantly because they go to bed, and that's when I'm awake,
and then then
I'm watching TV, and well, they'll get up, and sometimes I'm still awake.
Travis, what time do you go to bed on a weeknight?
On a regular weeknight?
Yeah,
10 o'clock.
Watching Travis go Betty by time was hilarious. He's like, oh, I go to bed. I'm just, what? I just woke up.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
You have no one to play with.
Yeah, I got no one to play with.
Trust me, he had someone to play with.
Oh, little Riley's adorable.
She's taken quite a liking to
She's so friggin' hysterical. She's adorable, cute, and just like, I don't understand how kids figure out like shit to say that just cracks you up. What are you talking? You're a poopy head. You're stip. She got Marion comebacks. They go, oh look, she's upstairs and she's by the railing, and she's like holding on to the wood slats in the railing upstairs. And I go, oh look, you're in jail. You're in jail. And I'll just go, oh, good one. Good one. You got me.
Good one.
Yeah, good one.
Well, from her point of view, you are. She's looking through the bars at you. That's what she's thinking.
Hey, don't give her that much credit.
Oh, that's what it is. Wouldn't it be funny if she said, Anthony, the problem is we both have the same perception.
Oh, I'd be like, wow, that's pretty good. You're smarter than Daddy.
I gotta go make pee-pees.
Aw.
Badly.
Aw.
We got a busy show today. Jay Moores is coming in.
What time is Jay in? I didn't know he was today.
He should be in half
Jay
hour or so.
Moores.
And Kevin Pollak. So, wow, two guys that know how to do walking.
And Jimmy does his
I do
dynamite
him pretty
walk.
Oh, that's right. Jim Norton does a very good walking as well.
You said, you were going to buy me a hat. I have to plug.
Yes, go ahead, Jimmy.
Jim, you can see him in Buffalo.
That's not bad.
It is
not
good.
bad.
It's getting there.
For New Year's Eve. December 28th through 31. And next Saturday, Thursday through Saturday, November 15, 16, 17 in Addison at the Improv.
You're doing New Year's in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm a complete idiot. Complete idiot.
I'm thinking, though, maybe we can figure this out. Go up there.
I want to be up there in the winter once. I'm just hoping my shows.
No, you don't.
Did you get injured when they threw the bars of gold at you to do that show?
Let's just say it took a little convincing. You want me to go where? When? For how much?
Right.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Want to congratulate Louis C.K., man.
SNL, huh?
Fucking SNL. He walked out on the stage. I'm like, holy fuck, that's Louis C.K. on SNL. My God, man.
Been on our show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he did very well with the SNL. That makeout scene was unbelievable.
I didn't get to see it.
Really?
That was at the point where my truck was powering my house and it didn't have enough power for the TV.
You missed Lincoln. He did a very good takeoff on Lincoln.
I heard about it.
He did the whole open to his TV show as Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Redid the whole fucking thing, and instead of Louis doing the stand-up, it's Abe Lincoln doing stand-up.
As if it was Lincoln.
And then they shot a little scene with Lincoln getting ready to go to the theater with his wife.
Oh, well, we know.
But in the Louis style. It was very, very well done. So. Good for Louis, man. We'll never see him again, but that's okay. We understand.
Oh, you think that's it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, man.
Think about it. When was the last time he was in?
That's true.
And he listens every morning. Hi, Lo.
Oh,
Hi, Lo.
Louie.
Or he says he does.
Oh, Louie.
We'd love to hear from you, Lo. We'd love to hear about your experience with SNL. That would be kind of cool.
Sure.
Just talking about Louis C.K. on SNL. Also, really fast, Jay Moores is down the hall. We're going to get him in a couple minutes here. They ended up canceling that marathon.
Yeah.
But they didn't use any of the supplies for the people because I was there all weekend checking it out at the finish line, and there were plenty of generators and
all
plenty
kinds of good stuff. That
lots of water. And
wasn't being used for
other
people
shit that I don't even know what it was because, it was in boxes and whatnot.
So they might as well have just held the marathon.
Yeah.
No, the police didn't get used. They didn't have to waste the cops.
No, I was just joking. Of course they shouldn't have fucking done it, but
they should have fucking used those resources.
Yeah.
Jeez. I just got a...
They did the right thing in the end, though, and canceled it. I tweeted from the finish line, people were understanding, more than understanding, but you could see they were sad because in their worlds, because I know a lot of people going, oh, too bad. But in their worlds, it was everything to them.
Sure.
And we all think about our dumb little world. And these people are coming from all over the world, and they're making a whole week of it in New York.
That's their big life.
So I didn't see a lot of people going, oh, that's, fuck you. I can't, they were totally understanding, but you could see the sadness was in the air. Because people were running the marathon all weekend long on their own.
Yeah.
And if you went to the finish line, you see all these people finishing their version of the marathon, and there were a lot of tears. Like, this was something I was looking forward to.
I wanted to. Yeah.
And you have every right to say, oh, tough shit to those people. I get it. But I'm just giving you their perspective that I saw this weekend in Central Park.
Imagine the guy that broke the record. Imagine there was one guy who ran it like an hour and 20. And no one believes him.
No one believes him, right. Hour
It's
and 20.
not official.
By the way, impossible.
No, it's not.
Hour and 20 is impossible.
For a white person.
Not for Superman.
Not for a Kenyan.
All right, good point. And we got to point out all the people in their marathon gear going down to Staten Island and other places. And
they were helping out?
Yeah, there's pictures and videos all over the place. A lot of people said, look, I'm here. I was going to run the race, but now I'm going to do something else. And, and they were down there cleaning up and stuff. So
Well, that's mighty nice of them.
Absolutely.
I got a text from my LIPA guy contact. And
good news?
No, he's talking about the two guys that came by the other night that I was talking about earlier. I had a couple of LIPA guys. They knocked on my door at like 3 in the morning to explain to me the gravity of the situation at my house. He goes, my guys the other night thought they were going to get shot while you watched TV. I guess they were looking in the front door. Somebody watching TV. Finally, and then he goes, the guy Bill tells this kid Sass, don't walk back there. This dude's usually pretty heavily armed.
You got to get shades, man.
That's hilarious.
You got to get shades.
Yeah, maybe I do.
You got to,
funny.
Fucking have metal gates that come down or something.
Like I Am Legend.
But,
that's funny.
Something else. The marathon was a big story. They did the right thing. Oh, Mike Francesa. I know we beat him up. I know we beat him up on the show.
You were telling me about
because it's very easy to beat up Mike Francesa. But someone turned me on to his rant on the New York City Marathon. It's on YouTube. Fucking, I don't even know if he understands how funny he is.
I don't think he does.
But I don't think he's purposely being funny.
No, he's just being himself.
But he's being himself in a way where it's hilarious to listen to. Maybe the guys in the back could pull a couple clips. He's got a couple of really good rants on the marathon. He was losing his mind about it, like people running through.
Oh, yeah.
Running through a disaster area, just taking sips of water and throwing the rest on the ground while people are dying of thirst.
Well, this is just a fat guy who hates the marathon on principle. Any excuse he could have had to fucking bash it.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I got a 1.5-minute clip over here.
Oh, let's try it. We'll go to let's go cold. I don't know if this will work, but
I mean, you got people standing in front of demolished houses 3 miles from the Verrazano Bridge.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, really, this is one of the worst calls, Jay, you're right on. It's one of the worst calls I can remember. You got Christie over there holding a press conference basically saying that it's Armageddon in New Jersey, and you got them ready for a marathon over here. I mean, come on now. You're still going door to door in Staten Island trying to find if there's dead bodies in the houses, and you're holding a marathon? Christie's talking about not having enough clean water in the state. and you want to hand out, cups of water being thrown in the streets, being handed to runners who drink a little and throw it up in the air, and in New Jersey, they don't have any clean water. Now you want the street to be littered with half-full water bottles from guys who are running in a marathon who are pouring it on their heads and throwing half-used bottles in the street. And in Jersey, they don't have any water. Got the governor saying they don't have any clean water. Well, come over here. They'll throw the bottles in the street. They're in a marathon. You can pick it up.
Fucking Mike's getting pissed. That's great. Good for him.
How can you think of it? How much worse can it get? You know what a marathon or a race looks like? You got littered water bottles, half used, all over the place. You got the governor saying we don't have any clean water.
How many times are you going to make the same fucking point? It's maddening.
Is it maddening?
Third time he made the same. He has nothing to say.
I enjoy it.
Same point 3 times in a row.
It's hilarious.
Why they going to throw water? They got no water in Jersey. Rewind.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But it's the same thing he's saying.
There's a 40-minute rant on it. But that.
I bet he goes up 20 times.
Because that's why it's funny to me. It's like he's obsessing about it. He can't wrap his head around the fact that people need water.
They got no clean water.
And these marathon runners are going to fucking take a sip and throw the rest on the ground.
They throw it up in the air.
I watch the marathon every year, and I'm telling you that they waste so much water. There's huge puddles where the water stations are.
Right, yeah.
Because they just take a sip, wet their mouths a little bit, and just throw the rest on the ground.
They'll be running through it, and there's people like just dying of thirst.
Right.
Well, it's Governor Christie's saying they got no clean water in the state.
No clean water. Water.
I don't know. I liked it.
Mike Francis.
I wouldn't have minded if he made 2 different points. He made the same point 3 times. I got it. I heard you the first time.
Well, the longer version is there's a lot more to it, so he just loses her mind.
Oh, water.
And that Wittenberg crying her eyes out on.
I want to hear that.
Was she?
Mary Wittenberg. Boy, did she get a beating on Twitter. Oh boy.
Good.
What is she in charge, basically?
Of the New York Runners Association or whatever. That's all she does. Probably all she talks about is running.
Running.
Look, the timing was horrendous, but of course you had to cancel it.
Yeah.
Of course you had to.
The ING New York City Marathon has always been about bringing the city together. And when we were hit with this unprecedented storm earlier this week, from the earliest moments, New York Runners and the mayor's office came together, and the whole idea was for come Sunday, for the marathon to really bring everybody together, uplift everybody, and help us both honor those who've been hurt and lost in this.
Honoring them how?
And by the way,
doesn't honor dead people.
What you're hearing here is a whole line of bullshit.
Shit.
They're seeing all the money and all that shit.
Yeah.
And the money that she probably makes off it.
And she'd have been all over the press and this with her smiles and.
It's not.
Hey, look at what this is.
The first thought is never, well, this will bring the city together. That's never the first thought ever. Sometimes that's how it works out. But they're thinking about the money. How much money are they going to lose if they cancel this marathon? That's what they were thinking.
Precisely.
Her voice is annoying because she kind of has that thing.
Does she?
Brings the city together.
I got to listen.
Her voice is irritating me already.
Listen.
And people are mad that the Giants played yesterday. They're like, if you cancel the marathon, why aren't you canceling the Giants game? Why didn't you cancel the Knicks games? I think he canceled one Knicks game, right?
Yeah, Knicks Nets he cancels.
The first night out.
They're private events. They're not funded by the fucking government.
Yeah.
They're not using 2,000 cops. They're not playing. They're not running They're not running first downs through disaster areas. They're totally different thing.
It is a different situation.
100% different. You don't cancel everything. You just don't have a city-sponsored marathon where people are jogging and running through the disaster area.
Yeah, that would be like if people were living on the field and they still had the game. Like they opened up Giant Stadium for refugees from the storm.
A quick shanty town.
Yeah, they put up some tents and
one
let
of
the
the
people
end
live
zones.
there, but they still played the game.
Yeah, I'd see where it's different. I understand in a way you can't shut down everything because of what's going on in your city, but the marathon is unique. They promote it as, a celebration. You're running through 5 boroughs.
Amazing. Yeah.
And one of the boroughs doesn't have water!
They need water. They don't have clean water. They're throwing it up in the air. They don't have clean water. He's all mad. I love it.
Kind of liked it that he kept going back to the water.
It was the same point. It just was, we got it.
Honor those who've been hurt and
honor.
lost
Shut up.
in this really difficult, tragic storm. And also,
Yeah, because that's what the family wants to see of their loved ones that perished in this superstorm, as they're now calling it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're honoring my dead relative by running through my fucking town.
Yeah.
And the other thing Mike Francesca brought up, what, Jimmy?
Oh, no.
What happened?
I just saw.
What happened?
Somebody twittered a picture of a Halloween costume.
It's all wheezy laugh. What is it? Oh, no.
The caption was, greatest Halloween costume ever. And, oh my God, it is.
What is it?
It's a guy. It's a guy, and he's got like. It looks like.
I couldn't make it out.
He's got,
that isn't even right.
He's got like. It looks like there's a kid blowing him.
Yes.
Because he has like a backwards baseball hat, and the kid's arms are around his legs.
He walks around with a little kid blowing him. That's terrible.
Holy fuck. Oh my God, is that funny?
How do you walk around with that costume? Oh, shit.
Oh my God, is that fucking hilarious. Whew. Oh my God, that made me laugh.
The other point Francesca made was that they were shutting down gas stations in Staten Island.
Oh, great.
For the marathon.
Why?
Before they canceled it, because it was in the way of the race. So they're actually going to close down some of the gas stations.
Unfucking believable.
Because they couldn't have the race and people trying to gas up. And that was another point he made where he was losing his fucking mind.
And people, they drink gas, they throw the gas. We got no gas here. Half water gas on the ground. Gas. All right.
The people got no gas.
So he's basically saying they're trying to gas up and they're shutting down gas stations just so they could fucking have this marathon. So this is all the points when you hear this stupid Mary Wittenberg. It's all bullshit. They were trying to figure out how to save the marathon because it brings in a lot of fucking money to the city.
to really move the city forward. And it's sad, but what has happened in these last few days is it became clear the marathon became a matter of controversy and division in the city, which is just not, it's so opposite of what this event is all about. So it was time to make an incredibly difficult decision that we made together. And the decision was, this is about moving this.
How is it a difficult decision? It's the obvious decision.
What they call the no-brainer.
It's the no-brainer. What is she talking about?
And the decision was, this is about moving the city forward. It's about this marathon lasting for many, many decades to come and continuing to inspire people and help the city. And it was time to just move on and let the city focus on our efforts ahead and on to recovery.
Yeah, you had the mayor's support of this, but you didn't have the support of a lot of the other city leaders.
Well, I think there are lots of different opinions about whether the marathon should have run or not.
She still thinks it should have.
Of course she does.
Of
course she does.
She's not even apologetic.
Self-centered twat. Of course she does.
Sympathetic about
She doesn't
it.
believe any of this shit she's saying.
Of course not.
It wasn't her decision to cancel it. She was told that it's going to be canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
She was not in on the decision.
And
Sorry.
that probably came from Ray Kelly, who I think is the police commissioner. I bet you it came from them, and they said, look, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
There's going to be attacks on the runners.
Yeah.
Someone's going to throw something and hurt one of your runners.
It was leading toward that big time.
And I bet you that
yeah.
probably came from Ray Kelly.
Yeah. She didn't decide this. She was told.
She wasn't in on the fucking
Hell
decision.
fucking no.
What do you think, Mary?
Yeah.
Well, I think the city needs to recover. I think we have to do this city fucking Chip Wittenberg. I fucking hate her. If we have to run the race or something, how come they call it a race when it's all different races or something?
To run or not. I think that there are a lot of negative voices, and that had a lot to do with our decision because, again, it fed this controversy and conflict.
Not your decision.
Oh,
Someone
boy.
told you this is what's going down. You get your almost pretty face on TV, and you fucking play your part.
There was no tough decision.
No.
There's people who have fucking their homes are gone, and you want to set up a race through their neighborhood. That's not a tough decision.
No.
Fucking bitch. Go. How about this? You head on the turnpike south and run for 25 miles, then take a train home. Self-centered cunt. Fucking annoys me.
Yeah.
That's the city. Tough decision. We have to recover from the city. Fucking awful. You know what rotten blowjob she wants to give with that rabbit mouth? Also city. Just put the tip of your penis in my mouth. It'll bump my teeth. She's fucking Edgar mouth. I hate her.
And I think they're going to try to run this thing, man, because they didn't start taking it down yet. It takes well over a week to take down the whole finish line area.
And they're not using the stuff.
But
all
you
sorts
get so
of,
many people.
because they build all these temporary stands and, tents. And
they can't be flying in, though, like, twice.
Well, I know. Well, I think what's going to happen, a lot of people obviously are going to fly home, but I think they do. I still think they just might do this in the next week or two. And it'll just be one of those years where it's a weird year for the marathon. I think they're holding out hope.
I don't know. When would they do it?
Do it. How about they do it in December?
They would have to do it they would have to do it very soon.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're just holding out, hoping that maybe they could squeeze us in the next week or two.
Those generators.
I'll have a
just
report
sitting
tomorrow
there.
because it'll be obvious if they start taking down the stands and stuff. Yeah, I saw generators just sitting there over the weekend.
Sitting there.
Sitting there. I saw a pile of water, big, huge, like those big fucking office water fucking bottle things.
Why don't they fucking distribute that? Well.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Want to do a quick break and we'll get Jay Moore in here?
All righty.